Of the week. For this week, we'll take a break, but stay with us because the panel is going to get into yesterday's 3 games in just a moment.
The most attractive team in the competition, and the Windy Hill showdown between the up-and-down Essendon and the rampaging premiers Carlton, trying to win there for the first time in 12 years. Hello and welcome to Saturday Night Replay at the new time you told us you wanted, 6 o'clock. Well, hope you enjoy it. Well, tonight you'll see highlights of all 6 matches played in Melbourne today, including the clash out at Windy Hill, which saw reigning premiers Carlton try to upset a hoodoo stretching 12 years. But first to the match of the day, and Melbourne took on Geelong at the MCG this afternoon on a roll. After 2 wins on the trot, the Demons had been in the spotlight all week after the now infamous Grinter-Wallace affair, and were aiming to replace the controversy with some on-field class. Well, Geelong, on the other hand, travelled up the Prince's Highway, keen to continue the winning way which began last week against North Melbourne. To the highlights then of the first 3 quarters of football at the MCG, and with me in the commentary box, Peter McKenna, special comments from Bernie Quinlan. Nobody on the mark, told to play on, so he has a running kick at this one. Inside half forward, high shoulders there, what a mark over the top. Dragged down by Troy.
Play on, said the umpire. Stoneham, the advantage paid. Lindner. Oh, clever play, Lindner. Can he get up? Oh, he hurt himself then. Bruce Lindner hobbling straight to the trainer. He'll have to come off. Centre wing, that was a strong hand pass by Bairstow. Eventually it ends up from Denham to Christensen. Now with Couch. Has Ablett gone back? I think he has. Oh! Didn't take long for Ablett to get into the action.
Melbourne out of the centre again, up to Jackson at half forward. Lightning hand pass. High shoulder from 50. Will it carry the pack? It will! A goal!
Ricky Jackson already with his great pace, troubling the Geelong forward back line. Oh, there's a real good mark. Gary Lyon.
Had to camp underneath it. A beautiful play by Spalding. Drives a long kick. Campbell in front. Good mark.
And off he goes. Little Andrew Hughes runs to half back. Short pass. Finds Cameron. David Cameron. Back to Bruns. And those little players for Geelong doing well. Towards Drum. Over. Good mark to Drum. Over to Denham. Ablett. Great lead. Great pass. Magnificent football. Champagne football from defence by Geelong. Hocking loses it to Yates. Yates hooks it back. The Flyers are there. Oh, nearly a mark. Taken by Jackson off the pack. Ricky Jackson hooks it back and puts it through for a goal. Really nothing in this. Tight and hard. A lot of mistakes have been made. Johnson, took his eyes off the ball. There's Hocking, was grabbed when he didn't have it. Chance now for Damien Drum onto the left foot. He fires it, goal. He's kicked it. Now he wants to play on his slips. Kicks wide. Ablett and Sean White. Ablett cleverly weighted down. He's got the crumbs, so is Denham. Sean Denham into the open goal. Bang, and it's another one.
41 to 35. Cameron, good kick to Ablett. White, good mark. Coming from behind. From centre wing. Up to Ablett again with White. Oh. Well, if the ball's down there all day, this will be something.
Now it's with Wilson. Wilson, a bad hand pass, straight to Boss. Boss, a hurry kick, and the mark will... Oh, dropped by Spalding, a sitter. Wonder if the sun got in his eyes.
Spalding up to Wilson. Back to Spalding. A running shot for goal from 50. Great kick. Going Geelong's way, Boss, all ready to centre half forward. Ablett in a big pack. White dropped the mark at the back. It comes again to Flanagan, who paddles through to Cameron. Goal coming up. He doesn't miss those. Well, the Cats did hit the lead in the 3rd quarter, but the Demons led at every change by 13 points at quarter time, 6 points at half time, and by 7 points at 3/4 time. And that's where we pick up our replay tonight. At the start of the final quarter, a crowd of over 30,000 at the MCG. Let's go to the final action.
Well, umpire Peter Cameron to bounce the ball to start this final quarter. A very important game for both these sides. Final 5 aspirants for sure. There's Hocking. Out the Boss, and we're in for a very tough last quarter probably. The ball loose. It's a free kick though to Spalding, who's holding his head. He got one too high, and he'll take this penalty kick at half back.
Melbourne leading by 7 points. Spalding going very wide, setting up a teammate. Oh, Wilson was crunched. Comes to Coop. Coop down the outer boundary line. Yates, almost a clever mark. With him, Denham, to make sure the ball went out of play. Graham Yates of Melbourne. We also have a Mark Yates of Geelong. And there's Bruce Limner, who's been off the ground since about the opening 8 minutes. He tore a hamstring.
You wouldn't mind getting that sort of attention either, I wouldn't think, Drew. Young lady trainer. Christensen, Hocking. Oh, big punch away. It allows Doug Coop to come in for Melbourne. He tries to keep it in play. He does so. The bounce doesn't favour Yates, and just a couple of things not going Graham Yates' way in this quarter. It's on halfway between centre wing and half forward. 7 points the difference. Slightly in Melbourne's forward line. Burke and O'Dwyer doing the ruck work. And umpire Peter Cameron will come in and bounce it.
Pretty scrappy start to the last quarter. In fact, it hasn't been pretty for 3 quarters. One thing it's had going for it is it's been close. O'Dwyer and Burke. O'Dwyer wins, helped on by Healy for Melbourne. Come back out of defence for Geelong, back up towards centre wing. Lovett. Went through his legs and eventually rushed out of bounds again.
I think the ground is so hard and dry that it is sometimes very difficult for the players to handle the ball even. I think they do appreciate it with the sting taken out of the ground a little bit.
Centre wing. Flanagan gets it down to Scott. Robert Scott to half forward. Oh, bad bounce. Couch, very dangerous player, Couch. Port gets it back to Scott. Gee, covers some territory off the side of the boot. It's at half forward. Oh, good play. Bairstow to Ablett. Can he get there? Oh, it's a goal anyway. Oh, good play by Ablett.
Good play by Ablett to shepherd that through. And Bairstow's the player who kicked the goal. His first for the afternoon. And Geelong only 1 point behind now, but it looked as if Ablett would have been the player to kick it. But Bairstow been a handy player all afternoon. Here it is, Bairstow quick onto the boot. Ablett in perfect position. Over his head, and in the end he shepherded it through.
The margin back to 1 point. The Demons in front. Burke wins in the middle. Goes about 25 metres out of the centre circle. Coop's hand pass. Oh, well done by Drum. Beautiful play that Damien Drum. Off to Denham. Up to full forward. Ablett with White. Comes to Hughes. Couldn't pick it up. The whistle's gone. He'll get a free kick. Well, I didn't see Mark Yates get near him.
What was that for, honestly? Well, he must have seen something. It was very ticky-tass with one. Hughes from the back line to O'Dwyer. Saw some strong work going on now. Burke tries to punch it. And we're seeing some desperate players out there now with the game to be won. A very important game. These two sides will really be fighting towards the end of the year for a position in the finals. Melbourne just made it last year and Geelong missed out. Look at the pace of Wilson. He gets away from Bruns. It's a shocking kick, but Darcy had his back turned to the play. Campbell from half forward centres the ball. That was intelligent play. Hocking ducks back. Now it's young Lovell, who has been very impressive. He ducks around. He's caught. Loses it. Oh, Hocking should have grabbed the ball. He taps it on, looking for Christensen. He finds him too. And off goes Christensen. No one near him for 50 metres. He's still going. Onto the left foot, wide. Yates against Hughes. He gives it across to Bairstow. Bairstow straightens up. Ablett and O'Dwyer. And O'Dwyer comes across the front to take a strong mark.
Both teams breaking down on the forward line. O'Dwyer's kick over half-back flank. It goes to Stretch, who can kick long distances. To half-forward, Lyon. The ball knocked away and out of play. 1 point the difference. We're approaching the 5-minute mark in the last quarter, and Melbourne clinging to the narrowest of margins.
Poor forward play before by Geelong. Poor kick by Bairstow really was costly because they had 2 men to kick it to. There's Hocking losing it to Stretch. Stretch off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full. A very, very evenly contested game. Geelong very unlucky. Early in the game lost their 2 key forwards in Stoneham and Lindner, and they've been playing with just 18 men ever since. They have a couple of sore boys out there, but they're fighting it right out. There's Lovett for Melbourne to Johnson. Over to Hughes. Hughes with a high floater to full forward. Some wrestling going on. The umpire sensibly calls play on. Darcy. Oh, excellent fullback play. Darcy loses it. Boss comes in to lend a hand. Darcy still going in after it. And umpire Chris Mitchell will come in and bounce it 30 metres out from the Melbourne goal.
Might have been very lucky not to be penalised then. The Melbourne crowd yelling out for a free kick for holding the ball.
I wonder if it was in the centre of the ground, but they would have paid it, Drew.
Exactly. At centre half forward for Melbourne. Oh, that's a good mark. And here's the youngster again, Lovell. Anthony Lovell, first gamer. #1 draft choice for the Demons from Tasmania. Up inside half forward. Campbell has been very quiet. Few opportunities. Goes for goal. And with every opportunity he has missed. Campbell has kicked 2 out of bounds, and that was only stopped from going out of bounds by the mark near the boundary line.
Yes, he's been kept goalless, and good effort by Darcy at full back. Oh, there's a great mark. Is he a player, this young kid, Anthony Lovell? Has he done well? 5 kicks, and well, he's been very impressive, and a beautiful pass. Off he goes. Jim Steins onto the left foot. He fires a goal and has hit the post. So bad luck with the big Irishman. And, well, the scores are now 2 points in favour of Melbourne, and we're going to see a tremendous finish to this game.
He shows a lot of skill on his left foot, big Jimmy Steins. Especially for a player who's coming to playing Australian rules football so late.
Taken 6 marks and had 13 kicks, Steins. Great start to the season. This is Denham to Boss. Game 150 for Mark Boss. Up to half forward. Dump to the front. There's Lovell doing well again. Out to Graham Yates. Great pass to Healy. Has been quiet, Greg Healy. Centering pass for Johnson. Outside 50. Jim Steins going back to the goal square. He might come into this contest. Oh, Johnson goes for a big boomer. Burke is there, couldn't take the mark, keeps the ball in play, and clears for the Cats. Dean is there for Melbourne. Against Bruns, he's got the height, but the ball's at ground level. Well done, Neville Bruns. Oh, tremendous stuff. Boss, foot! Great tackle by Eishold. The umpire said it was held to him, and he'll ball it up.
Well, a correct decision too, that. An absolutely correct decision, because Boss had no chance of getting rid of that at all. As he got the ball, he was grabbed, and good umpiring. That by Chris Mitchell. On half-back flank, Burke and O'Dwyer. The ruck duels have been very, very evenly contested. O'Dwyer, the big redhead, going back. He's a pretty fiery customer. So is Burke. So on half-forward flank for Melbourne. Look at the wrestling going on. It's a big fist away over the back. It favours Melbourne. Stephen Stretch hooks to the pocket. Campbell. And one of the few times he's been able to get away from Darcy, and a very important kick, this one. The Demons leading by 2 points. And Campbell has had 6 kicks and has yet to score a goal, and has kicked atrociously in the first quarter. Campbell from right in front. I think he's kicked this one. He has.
The new 1.8 Nissan Exa. Is it a Targa? Is it a coupe? Or is it a cabrio? Absolutely. The new 1.8 Nissan Exa. It's out of the ordinary and out of sight. Nissan know-how. Building the right cars for Australia.
You need a cleaning service. Do what I do. Use the Melbourne Big. It's much faster.
The Melbourne Big. The buying guide Melbournians are turning to.
When you need the best down under, Road Repairs will see you through. While you're looking after them, you know we'll be looking after you.
There are lots of little reasons why you shouldn't treat your second car as second best. See Bow Repairs.
We got the wheels, every tire that can be found.
For friendly advice and the most competitive prices on tyres, wheels, batteries and undercar service, see Bow Repairs. The best down under.
It's Stan Cash's $10 million liquidation sale. Rush in now. VHS video recorder liquidated to $399. 14-inch colour TV slashed to $329. Solid tubular bunks are crazy $169. Men's or ladies 27-inch bikes just $149 each. 5-inch TV with AM/FM radio a crazy $139. Inner spring single bed mattresses $49. Telephone clock radio $29.95. Transistor radio liquidation special $399 each. Remember, it's Stan Cash's $10 million liquidation sale. Be there.
Vulcan makes so many gas heaters, electric heaters, ducted heaters. If you turn them all on at once, you'd melt. Vulcan heating is hotter than ever.
Sunday on 7.
When I was 17, I hopped a freight train. I took it right straight across the whole country.
Alf heads for the train yards in search of adventure.
Alf, jump!
And before long...
Run, Boxcar, run!
Boxcar Willie and the freight train fuzzball are riding the rails. Like a couple of hobos.
Hey, you guys want some beans? I do! Ah, loose kangaroo!
The new series of Alf plus Valerie's Family from 7:30 Sunday on 7.
Eight-point break to the Demons. Denham out of the centre for Geelong, but on the chest of Spalding. To Dean. Johnson there. 3 West Australians. Oh, Bruns done some amazing things in the last minute or two. Back to the centre. And a courageous mark to Scott. Because he didn't know what was behind him there. And it was big Steve O'Dwyer. Scott. Spiral torpedo. Slightly off the side of the boot, though. Oh, pushed out. Ablett giving away the free to White. And Sean White with the free kick for Melbourne.
Yes, and he's done pretty well on Gary Ablett. Ablett's kicked 3, but they were on stretch actually before White went on to him. So great effort by Sean White. Centre wing is Cameron. Over the back, Bruns. Well, clever little kick, but it might favour Healy. No, it doesn't. Oh, geez, not having a good day, Greg Healy. Back it comes to Dean. Dean on the left foot. Troy and Lyon. Lyon might have been held then. He was. He played in front. Taller player. Darren Troy not agreeing with the decision of Peter Cameron, but I think he was holding Lyon. Lyon halfway between centre wing and half forward. They're very slow moving it to the forward line as Geelong were a moment ago. There's the kick. Steins from behind. Took the mark, I think. Yes, or was it a free kick? No, it's Steins' mark. Oh, loose man there. Darcy ducks back. Johnson waited at the back. Yes. And Darcy took a strong mark.
Badly directed pass by Steins. Johnson had 10-metre break and he ended up having to wait for it.
Darcy to Troy. He ran into a brick wall there with O'Dwyer, but spun out of it. They get a free kick though. Been an interesting battle, Troy and Lyon. Troy giving away height. And in that contest, he's had 15 kicks to 9.
He's played well, Troy.
Over the centre. Eyeshold in front. Bairstow there for the Cats. He was given too much time by Melbourne. On the chest of Spalding. Whips away the hand pass quickly to Healy. The Demons lifting. High one for Lyon. Back he goes to Healy. Moving it better now, Melbourne. But he tried to beat them all and loses it. Scott breaks. Drum. Right in front, 40 metres out.
Oh, they've got a game on their hands now.
Yes, Greg Healy just tried to do too much in the centre. Possession, they had a couple of handballs. They should have then went for the long kick. It's rebounded and now with Damien Drum.
This one to narrow the margin to 2 points. Hooked it. That's 1-2 to Damien Drum, who came off the bench and has played an excellent game.
Yes, he came on when they lost their 2 key forwards early. Geelong, Limner, off with a torn hamstring, and Stoneham. Oh, what a brilliant mark. Great mark to Bruns. Neville Bruns really lifting himself. Now, can they take a high mark, Geelong? Up they go. Over the back is Ablett. Oh, was it a Geelong mark? No, Ablett's got it. He hooks. He misses. In fact, he puts it out of bounds on the full. So the Geelong forward line really not functioning at the moment.
Well, that spoiled Gary Ablett's perfect scoring. Now it's 3 goals, 3 behinds, but 4 out of bounds on the field.
Yeah, sensational mark. What a great ride on the back of Weishold.
Dean took his eyes off it and fumbled. Weishold is there, holding the ball, says the umpire, not doing enough to get it out.
Well, they're dynamite on that at the moment. The players have been instructed they have to make some attempt to get it out.
Hocking, free kick. O'Dwyer there, easy mark.
Well, why would he kick there, Peter? He kicked the 3 Melbourne men standing there by themselves.
That's what I was seeing things.
It's his 8th mark for the day, O'Dwyer. It's straight back to Boss. Geelong's best and fairest last year. Milestone for him today, his 150th game. Taking a week. White. Oh, and in front of him the stretch. What a mark.
They're falling down very badly across that half-forward line, Geelong. Flanagan certainly hasn't been the answer. He's trying hard, but he's not the answer there. They can't do much about it at the moment. It's on centre wing. Awesome, strong work. There's Dean. Towards half-forward, or bad bounce. Hughes. Waits at the back. I think he's always favouring that shoulder. One-handed. He's really favouring. He was getting doubt before the game. And they've got to keep him on the ground. They haven't got any more men. There's Troy. Knocks it on to Bairstow. Oh, Bairstow cops one behind the ear. Play on, said the umpire. And Andy Hughes went for that ball a moment ago. Bernie with one arm.
Yeah, we saw him at three-quarter time exercising that shoulder. So he's definitely not 100% fit.
Best on ground in the first 3 quarters, Andrew Hughes, by a mile.
Not going badly for a man with one arm. 26 possessions for Andrew Hughes. Big pack around this. Steins wins a good thump out. And the ball out of play again. 7-point lead to Melbourne. And Brian Wilson, the former Brownlow medalist, has been interchanged. Steve Newport on to replace him.
It's on half-forward for Melbourne. The next goal, very, very important. There's Schultz. Tries to punch it away. Here come the Demons. It's shuffled out. Andrew Hughes has got it in the back pocket. Onto the left foot, a beautifully directed kick, finds Hocking. Hocking with a hand pass to Darcy. Here come the Cats. The hand pass. Robert Scott, he's got it too. Through the centre of the ground, onto the left foot wide. Ablett and Sean White. White has been well on top of Ablett. This goal held by the arm was Ablett. Play on, said the umpire, and White takes it to the line, but his pace has been just a little bit too much for Gary Ablett since moving to full back.
He's done a top job there, Sean White. Ablett was looking very dangerous early.
And both players with a great spring. Look at Sean White going over the top to win that thump. Down to Yates. Yates' kick up towards half forward. Very wide, though, for Newport. Hocking. And he gets past. And then is caught by Newport. Troy loses it. Lovell. Beautiful little pass up the ground to Lyon. Lyon goes long towards the goal square. Out of bounds in the forward pocket.
Here he is, Gary Lyon, who's been pretty well held down there by Darren Troy. David Whedon, an ex-teammate, mine at Collingwood. Then John Devine. Look, very, very worried men at this stage. They can't make any interchanges. They've got their 2 key forwards off the ground. Steins against Burke to deep in that forward pocket. There's a kick by Steins, grabbed by Darcy to head it straight for the boundary line. No doubt his intent, but umpire Peter Cameron gave him the benefit.
Well, the Standard hasn't picked up too much in this last quarter. They've kicked just 1 goal, 1 each in 17 minutes. Burke wins the tap. Oh, it comes here to Newport. And just misses. Waited a long time. That goal umpire kept us all in suspenders.
I thought for a minute he was going to signal a goal. Look at that kicking. 8-17 to 8-9. You could blame their kicking if they lose at Melbourne. There's Darcy to Boss. Both of those players have done well. Look at Darcy. Tremendous play. From full back. Long kick towards the forward line. Off the ground by Scott. You talk about Maradona. That was a great effort. Stretch. Well on top of Cameron at the moment. And they're falling down very badly on the forward line. Geelong stretch. Wide. Bruns ducks back. Oh, there's the David and Goliath effort. But David might win out. He does. Denham. Centre wing, back it comes, Eishold's here, Scott, gee, is he putting it in this quarter? Now it's grabbed by Healy and to Jackson and to half forward and is forced over the line.
Well, Gary Lyon contested well there, outnumbered 2-1. Alan Johnson on the Melbourne bench. This game's still up for grabs, but it almost looks as though neither team wants to win it. Steins clean possession, but there was a push out and he gives away the free to Flanagan. He has marred a good game, Steins, by giving away too many free kicks, including one 50-metre free. Here's Denham, centre wing. 65 to 57, Melbourne in front. 18 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter. Denham to centre half forward. Burke comes from behind, Ablett in front. Spalding, don't tell me he's claiming he had first touch. And the umpire will ball it up.
Right on the 50-metre line, Greg Healy has tried hard, but touch of the fumbles today, Healy. As we can see, close to the 50-metre mark. The next goal, vitally important. Very difficult for Geelong if Melbourne kick it, but if Geelong get it, it's anyone's game. They try to shuffle out. There's Healy. Sean Denham's in there also. Players going in hard after it. It's at half forward. Some strong work by the Cats. Bairstow receives from Drum. Up towards full forward, but they're too good in defence. Danny Hughes to Brett Bailey and Melbourne get it out of that danger zone again.
And Graham Yates takes them up the half-back flank. Just under 7 minutes remaining at the MCG. Melbourne leading by 7 points. 8 points. Centre of the ground. Lovell doing well out to Newport. But Boss. Bairstow now for the Cats. Fumbling everywhere. Troy breaks clear. Great hand pass to Drum. Well shepherded off. 70 metres out. Steers it for Ablett. Within kicking distance.
Yes, Gary Ablett very dangerous when he's on the lead. There's very little that Sean White could do about it.
Even then, he nearly got to him, Bernie.
He's got great pace, Sean White. I've played on him a couple of times myself.
Ablett going for his 4th goal. And he's kicked it.
When you look around Victoria at the start of every day, you'll find someone there to help you, someone with you all the way. 'Cause when it comes to your insurance, there's a name you need to know. They're safe and sure and they care for you more than the S-I-O.
Haven't they done a terrific job? Good as new. When I think of what it looked like after the fire, maybe we should think about changing to SIO. Take it from me, they're okay.
With SIO home insurance, it costs only $158 to insure this $60,000 house.
This is special country, and these days it's easy to get to in vehicles like these. Nissan Navara 4x2 and 4x4. Navara drove all over Australia in the Nissan 600,000k Enduro and proved it can handle anything this country can dish out.
Don't forget to give it some hay, Jack.
Nissan, building the right trucks for Australia.
Streets Ice Cream have created a spectacular dessert called Viennetta. But despite its delicious, rich, creamy taste and its irresistible crisp chalk layers, Viennetta could leave you with one small problem. Streets Viennetta. One slice is never enough.
Guess who didn't check the footy fixtures in the Melbourne Big? The buying guide with useful information pages.
For months, she's gone over every detail of the nightmare. She put her baby down to sleep with the usual kiss goodnight. It was the first time the baby slept right through the evening. Walking to the cot, she noticed something was wrong. Then the shocking discovery. Her baby had died during the night.
She seemed very disturbed, Frank.
A young mother blames herself for the baby's death. Now she's terrified she'll harm her son.
You don't think she would have done anything drastic, do you?
A Country Practice, Monday on 7.
Back at the centre. 5 and just under 6 minutes to go. There's Stretch. Who's going to get the next goal? Bairstow. Bruns. He's been terrific in this last quarter. Oh, look at the desperation on Bailey. He tries to get it to Eishold. And It's been nip and tuck all day in this match. Anyone's game, and even at this late stage, only 2 points the difference. And Geelong, it'll be a great performance if they could get up. Love it. Oh, look at this. Andrew Buse, one arm. This would be a magnificent performance if they get up. Geelong, he's really in pain out there, Buse. Bairstow to half forward. Stretched well on top of Cameron at the moment. The next goal, as we said, could win the game for either side.
Stephen Stretch up towards half forward. Coming from behind is Dean, man in front, Flanagan. And the mark to Flanagan. Under 5 minutes remaining. Melbourne by 2 points. Steins was underneath the ball. Chance for Mark Yates. He comes out with it. Over to Drum. He could put the Cats in front. Won't make it. Ablett! Oh!
What a mark to Gary Ablett. That's a sensational mark to Gary Ablett. He looks very pleased with himself.
He went 5 minutes too early.
And he sits up. In the end, he could only get one hand to it, but look at it again. Gary Ablett, what a mark.
But he's missed with his kick. And Melbourne still lead.
Well, he only kicked that from 15 to 20 metres out, Peter. That was unforgivable. I know these things do happen, but Gary Ablett, he's such a good kick for goal. You just don't expect players of his calibre to miss those sort of set shots.
That is pressure. That is nerves. They can't tell me it's anything else.
He has had 12 shots at goal. Not bad at full forward, but he's kicked only 4.
Cameron on half forward stretch. And the scoreboard shows 1 point the difference in favour of Melbourne. The ball right in front of the Melbourne members. It's on Geelong's forward line. Gary Ablett will not be able to forgive himself if they just lose this game. Flanagan now doing the ruck work. Coop caught. Loses. Damien Drum has been tremendous. Can Ablett take another one? No, won't quite get there. It's on half forward. The ball comes loose. Ricky Jackson off the ground to half forward line. It bounces off his chest. Players going very hard after. Great play by Bailey. Shuffled away. Jackson's there. A lot of desperation. Good tackling by Geelong. Ricky Jackson over the top. Runs onto the left foot towards the centre of the ground. Couch has it fisted away. Oh, the sun in the eyes of players at the moment. Here's a chance for Lovett. Lovett the Lion. No, it's not. It's Campbell. Campbell from 30 metres into the open goal. He's missed. Oh, boy, Geelong live again. So a lot of mistakes being made.
Well, it has really been a game of mistakes. It'll be just the side that makes the least, I think, in this last 5 minutes or so that will make the difference.
Well, that was so much like the preliminary final last year. Tony Campbell had a similar chance in that game. Under 3 minutes remaining as Troy kicks in. 2 points the difference, Melbourne in front. Denham. Out towards the wing. Couch in front. Eishold, another good spoil. Oh, Buse, about 5% fit. And the ball out of play. Well played, Graham Yates.
Well, we've got to feel sorry for Geelong. They're 2 key forwards off the ground. And Andy Buse, best on the ground, hurt his shoulder before three-quarter time and can't lift his arm above his head. What a courageous win this would be if they get up. 2 points the difference. Time running out. Held to Greg Healy, I would think. Yes, said umpire Peter Cameron. The bounce will take place halfway between centre wing and half forward for Melbourne. Tremendous pressure out there. Gary Ablett had the chance to put his side in front and missed from 15 metres out after a brilliant mark.
Just on 2 minutes remaining in the match. Geelong need a goal to win the game. Dean kicks smothered. There's Troy, who's played a sterling game in defence. Hughes, what a great spoil. To Lovett. Over the top with the hand pass. Newport charges onto it. Back to Eishold. And on to Lovell. The first gamer can seal it. And he has.
Second goal to Lovell, and that sealed the game for Melbourne. And an excellent series of hand passes through the centre. Set up that play from Melbourne and finished up with Lovell. Here's a handball from Newport to Eishold. A good long handball from Eishold. And on the end of that, of course, Lovell. Beautiful kick for goal from 40 metres out. And boy, is he happy.
points the difference. They'd have to get a goal straight from the centre bounce. Geelong, here they come again though. Bairstow. Oh, it's over the back. Here's a chance. Abbott, he's got it. Oh, boy, he could have straightened up. He could have hand passed to Yates. And they really had a chance there, and he had a shot at goal and kicked it out of bounds on the full. But the hand pass was on, Bernie.
The hand pass was on to Yates, and Yates threw his arms up in despair.
Well, not out on the full. It's a throw-in, so Geelong still in attack. Sean White with a big leap. Picked the ball out of play, son, as the time ticks by. Under a minute to go. Lovely. What a goal that was. Will he remember his first game? A 17-year-old boy from Glenorchy in Tasmania. 2 goals in his first game. There's White up in the stratosphere again. Scott not holding the ball. Ablett trying to make amends. Back to Cameron, threading through the pack. Time running out for Geelong. Melbourne need to bottle it up. And the Demons have got a free kick here. Half a minute to go, and they should take their time.
Cooper from the back line. Bruns has been tremendous in the last quarter under pressure. I think the time has run out. There's the kick from Troy to Couch. 16 seconds to go in this match. I'll probably end up getting a goal on the siren. There's a chance for Burke. Oh, a free kick to Geelong. Straight in the back. There's Ablett. Melbourne have been good, though, in defence in this last quarter. Look at the time now. There's the siren. Melbourne have won it.
I hope you liked our little demon there. 2 goals each in a desperate last quarter, and Melbourne ran out winners by 8 points after leading at every change. For Melbourne, Eishold and Lovell each kicked 2 goals, young Lovell in his first game, and for Geelong, Ablett kicked 4 goals. One report from the game, Andrew Buse of Geelong, was reported by a boundary umpire for kneeing Brett Lovett of Melbourne in the side of the chest in the first quarter. Coming up shortly on our Saturday night replay, we'll be talking to the sporting editor of the Sunday Press, Scotty Palmer, about all the news and gossip from today's football after this.
You'd think that a society capable of putting a man on the moon could do something about blasted unexpected bills.
It's no problem, really. Not with the state banking system.
Ah, yes. I've got a state banking system as it happens. But that's not going to pay the bills of the loan management.
Oh, mine's got overdraft.
I have pencils with digital watches in them. Eggs don't stick to frying pans anymore. Overdraft?
The state banking system with overdraft to help you through life's little financial storms.
The Q car is here. The Q car is new. So get the Q factor working for you. New Nissan Pulsar Q car superstar. New Nissan Pulsar Q car superstar.
That's wonderful.
Now from Breville comes Fingertips, an amazing new do-it-yourself massager that combines the benefits of modern physiotherapy and advanced technology with the ancient art of hand massage to relieve tension or ease muscular aches and strains. Breville Fingertips Massager, just like having a trained masseur in the family. From Breville, the better ideas people.
Now for about the cost of 4 days, you can rent any budget car up to a Commodore for 7 days. That's only $2.99 for the week. Because this month, we've stretched the long weekend rate to last the whole week long.
I thought I wanted a quick bite, but now I'm not so sure. Because that great Kentucky Fried Chicken taste is what I'm hungry for. Kentucky nuggets are for you. Great tasting chicken's all we do.
Oh, yes. You come to the right place.
Tender bite-sized pieces of chicken cooked to the Colonel's secret recipe with the unique taste of 11 herbs and spices. The most delicious nugget is
Kentucky Fried Chicken, the special taste you get with this.
Sunday, the improbable mission becomes the impossible mission.
We were all right before I became indestructible.
Everything's falling apart.
Karen, what are you doing?
The exciting conclusion of I Man.
Dad.
6:30 Sunday on 7.
Here are tonight's Tax 2 results, just drawn under government supervision.
We hope you're enjoying our earlier time slot for Saturday night replay. And if you're just catching up with it, tell all your friends as well. We hope you're watching. Well, now let's go to the NEC Footy Flashback and with a look at round 3 action down the years.
Footy Flashbacks are proudly brought to you by NEC Computers, Communications and Home Entertainment. Round 3 in 1967 produced one of the upsets of the year. Reigning premiers St Kilda had to struggle all day against lowly Melbourne. Despite kicking 3 goals 4 to the Demons 1 goal 2 in the final quarter, the Saints' comeback failed and Melbourne won the game by the narrowest of margins.
Couldn't hear it. Melbourne have won by 2 points.
In 1968, atrocious kicking by Collingwood allowed St Kilda a rare win at Victoria Park. St Kilda kicked 10 goals 7 to Collingwood's 2 goals 19 points. North Melbourne, Wooden Spooners in 1968, got off to a flying start in season 69, winning their first 2 matches. Against Richmond in round 3, the Northerners held off a determined final quarter charge by the Tigers to win their 3rd in a row, this time by 5 points. The long-time dream of VFL President Sir Maurice Nathan finally became a reality on this round in 1970, when the first match was played at the VFL's own stadium. Geelong and Fitzroy battled it out in front of 25,887 spectators at Waverley. The Cats went on to win this historic match by 61 points. 10 years later, in 1980, St Kilda, under new coach Alex Jesselenko, fought neck and neck with Richmond in a hard, close game, with the lead changing several times in the final quarter.
He'll go back with a long kick, a torpedo putt. Oh, the siren's gone, and it's a draw. A draw at the MCG, and I must say, Doug, a fitting result.
Footy Flashbacks were proudly brought to you by NEC Computers, Communications and Home Entertainment.
Great to see some of the old champions. Scott Palmer in the offices of the Sunday Press, and it's a very big news day in football today. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Drew, and welcome into the sports room at the Sunday Press viewers.
What about Tony Capes? Have you got any more on him?
Well, it was a shock announcement out of course, and the rumour is that Barry Beattie, one of their directors, will assume a caretaking role with the presidency and probably keep the chair warm for Nick Collum later in the year. It was quite a surprise, Tony Capes announcing at luncheon today that he was stepping down next Thursday, but I think Nick Collum might have had a clue about it, Drew.
Scott, do you think that clears the way for Tony Capes to join the VFL Commission?
Well, I think that being part of the selection boards might make it a little bit difficult for him, but I think that's in the back of his mind tonight. Of course, there were 7 reports out there too at the Western Oval today. Michael Gale is on 2 charges, Richmond Osborne is on 1, Brett Stevens is on 3, and Bulldog Brian Royal also got reported.
And I understand that Terry Wallace, who's been in the news this week, was best of field.
I'm not hearing you too well, but Terry Wallace was the match winner out there, and I believe tonight he's celebrating at the Footscray Social Club. Actually, he put chewing gum. His girlfriend chewed gum and put it down behind his teeth today to save his teeth from being further damaged, Drew.
One of the interesting reports today is Stuart Lowe for shaking a goal post.
I can't hear you, mate. I think I might just have to do a little bit of reading, if that's all right.
Go for it.
Well, John Northey had Ron Gritter in the rooms to inspire the Melbourne team today, and afterwards came out strongly in his players' favour. He claimed that Gritter had been, quote, hung, drawn and quartered before even going to trial, and he also claimed the entire case with Terry Wallace was badly timed.
Oh, big news there. Well, I won't throw you any more if you can't hear me, Scott. Thanks very much, and all the news tomorrow in the paper. Scott Palmer, the sporting editor of the Sunday Press. Coming up in our Saturday night replay, the action from Windy Hill, the Bombers taking on the Blues.
This is special country, and these days it's easy to get to in vehicles like these. Nissan Navara 4x2 and 4x4. Navara drove all over Australia in the Nissan 600,000k Enduro and proved it can handle anything this country can dish out.
Don't forget to give it some hay, Jack.
Nissan, building the right trucks for Australia.
Buying something special for someone special. Put started on diners.
If you need electric, do what I do.
Use the Melbourne Big. It's much faster.
The Melbourne Big. The buying guide Melbournians are turning to.
Put yourself here. You'll be doing it too. Pinching yourself to be sure it's true. Too good to be true, Mirage. Too good to be true, Mirage. This is too good to be true. To see, they say, is to believe, but this has got me looking twice. Could this be the Tropic of Paradise? Too good to be true, Mirage. Too good to be true, Mirage. This is too good to be true.
I love how your hair shines whenever you're near me.
My wife's more beautiful now than when I met
I
her.
love how your hair shines,
It's something that comes from within.
so shiny and healthy.
New Palmolive shampoo. No fancy ingredients. It's just so gentle, it coaxes your hair back into condition.
I love how her hair shines in the light.
New Palmolive shampoo and conditioner.
I love how your hair shines.
It's not what you make, it's how you make it. The proof of the pudding's in the tasting. Your cherry pie's the apple of my eye. Your chocolate cake would make a grown man cry. And I must say you sconza, absolutely bonza. You ought to be.
Who ought to be?
You ought to be congratulated.
Reigning premiers Carlton today travelled to Windy Hill. The mission? To break a 12-year hoodoo by beating Essendon at home. The Blues looked good to make it 3 in a row for season 88. The team was at near full strength, while Essendon were fighting to turn around the disastrous form which saw them return from Perth last week, beaten badly. Here are the highlights of the first half of the clash with your commentators Sandy Roberts, Ian Robertson and Malcolm Blight.
Towards Hunter on that left half forward flank. Carlton into attack. Here's the opportunity. Dennis to Kernahan. Dangerous. Kernahan's shot at goal is good, and there's one on the board for the Blues. Now Buick. Out wider. Terry Danaher. Dummies nicely. Back to Buick. This looks dangerous. Buick snaps at goal. I think he's kicked it. He has.
Kicks it towards centre half forward. Big fly, Salmon. Definite mark to the big fellow. A tremendous grab. Confidence builder for the big fellow. In short, no mark taken. Carlton defence under pressure. Derui. Chance now for Sullivan. Shot for goals. True. Fourth goal to Essendon.
Falls. Wider now. Hamilton's gone down and he'll be free kick, and things starting to warm up a little.
There's some strong stuff there, Sandy. Kicks it up towards half forward. Hunter. How did he get on his own? Naily in the square. Hunter kicks it goal and puts it through. Good looking kick by Richard Dennis. Up towards full forward. Kernahan's mark. A very, very deliberate shot by the captain. Up towards half forward for the Blues. Justin Madden takes the mark and plays on from centre half forward. With this ball bounced through, it's in the square, and it does for a goal to Carlton.
Again, Essendon out of trouble. The bounce for Buckley. Eludes one tackle, steadies, fires in towards goal. Good looking kick by Buckley. I think it might be there. It's there. Goes with the left foot, wobbling one up towards Terry Danaher. Almost completed a fine mark. Clark is clear, danger. He's deadly in front of goal. He shoots it, he goes. Great football. Now Dennis. Clear over the top, Kernahan. He can go over the top again to his brother, or kick for goal. He elects to kick for goal and puts it through. He snaps at goal. It goes in towards the square. Plenty of high flyers. Who's waiting down? David Kernahan. Caught, gets it across to Hunter. Snaps at goal.
The Bombers shocked the Blues in the first quarter with 7 goals to 4 to lead by 17 points, and they still led by 9 points at the long break. We'll pick up the replay at the siren and the bounce to start the second half.
points the margin as we go into the all-important third quarter here at Windy Hill. At the moment, it favours the home side Essendon. Izard gets a high kick to open the quarter. Anderson tries to fist it down, straight to Hawker, under pressure. Johnston, a chance to clear for Carlton. Does so. Dennis, the flyer, takes a good mark. Now, Rhys Jones has been moved to full forward. He heads down towards Madden, who's played a good game today. And Justin Madden will shoot from around 50. Rhys Jones just hovers back in the square. As we go back to Madden. He pulls it and registers one behind. So a point to start the quarter for the Blues.
Interesting move that, Sandy, by putting Rhys Jones at full forward. I would have thought that they wouldn't have been all that unhappy with their forward line. I think it's the defence has been in a lot of trouble.
Kick back into play. Hawker and Blackwell clash. And Hawker does well to put his body between Blackwell, the boundary line, and the ball went over. Folds, a hurried kick. Over centre, chance for Buick. Throws it out in front, then has to retrieve it. Needs someone going past. Gets that support now. Through Williams. Wobbles a kick down towards the half-forward line. Gleeson eventually gets it clear. Blackwell, short, danger. Johnston. He can go for goal. He heads for home. And he's kicked it.
Sensational play by Gleeson.
Oh, magnificent. That's the beauty of the young fellow. He just kept on going. Although he's got one, he just kept on going for the second effort. And an excellent kick too from Johnson.
There's tremendous stuff by Carlton, and just what the doctor ordered, because they looked as though they were struggling in that first half. And the difference now is 2 points in favour of the Bombers. As Sandy has already mentioned, this is a very important quarter. The Madden boys up against each other. Justin gets it out. Glascott. Nailey's a chance. He breaks clear. Runs a long way, but he gets away with it. Kicks it into the forward pocket. Hunter! Hunter has already kicked 3 goals. And he has the ball about 40 metres out. Slightly worse than a 45-degree angle. And a very tricky wind blowing across the face of the goals. He sets it up in the air, it's drifting back right over the top of the goalpost, but it's through from behind. And the difference now 1 point in favour of Essendon. 68 plays 67 at the start of the third quarter. Winton kicks the ball back into play, comes to the members' side. Justin punches it away. Gleeson doesn't quite get around. Simon Madden's there. Blackwell dives on it. Folds, out of bounds on the full by Gary Folds, and it's one of his rare mistakes for the afternoon. The free kick will be taken by Bradley. Bradley at half forward. Hannah looking for the hand pass. Glascott over the top, but Bradley, intense concentration, kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Kernahan, great grab. Sensational mark by the captain.
And what a great kick too from Bradley to find that spot.
In short. Is it Hunter? Been crashed to the ground by Simon Madden. And if a VC should be awarded in football, this man would be a contender. Kenny Hunter, 25 metres out directly in front. A chance to kick his fourth. There he is, one of the real class players at Carlton. Ken Hunter shoots for goal. It drifts across, but it may have gone through. It has. 4 goals to Hunter. And the Blues on fire at the start of the third quarter. They now lead by 5 points.
You saw it first on the grid at Adelaide. Now the exciting Nissan Pulsar Vector Triple S at your Nissan dealers, ready for you to drive.
Nissan Pulsar Vector Triple S.
Performance that will make you glad you're behind the wheel. Style that tells you this one's special.
Nissan Pulsar Vector Triple S.
Not your normal kind of sedan. Nissan know-how, building the right cars for Australia.
To make a perfect serve every time, you need great control. Like this new NEC microwave oven. Electronic touch controls allow you to time meals to perfection. 5 memories, including pause, offer you versatility as well as speed. And it has the extra capacity for big serves that leave the competition cold.
Good game. Ah, but this is my favourite serve.
It's another top performer from the NEC range.
Chefs from Rome to Paris would really be embarrassed if all the world could have a chip like ours. We've got a red rooster. Yes, we've got a red rooster. You'll know with just one look, we've got the world's best chook.
Australia, your chicken is ready.
We've got a red rooster.
These two wool underblankets look the same until you see how much extra wool there is in every Jason 2000. The Jason 2000's optimum depth and density of wool provides the essential air gap, cushioning support, and real coddling effect only wool can provide. Not just during summer, but during winter and all year through. The Jason 2000, a proven natural solution to sound sleep, available from pharmacies, department and bedding stores now.
Up here in Australia's north, Army Reserve surveillance units carry out an important task. Specially trained to operate in small groups, to live off the land, to keep an eye out up north for all of us. They're part of over 260 Army Reserve units throughout Australia. Young Australians who give up part of their time to serve their country. Army Reserve, they're doing something for Australia.
Lionel and Susan Tringham, breeders of champion bloodhounds, talk about new More Meat Pal.
We've tried the new More Meat Pal, and it's definitely a winner. Everybody's talking about it.
The old Pal was good, but the new More Meat Pal is even better. There's more meat. When you open the tin, you can see it's packed full of meaty goodness. The dogs are really enjoying it. They're straight into it. They never leave any behind, and we're very, very happy with the results that we're getting.
New More Meat Pal's a winner. There's no doubt about it.
Top breeders recommend Pal.
Back in the middle, Carlton have hit the front. They lead by 5 points. The Madden brothers again. A chance now for Essendon. This is Sullivan. Late inclusion into the team. Clark. Over the top. Williams. Wider. Back to Sullivan. Shoots towards goal. But it's off target and one behind only.
Did it pretty well all the way up the ground then, and although he's playing off a half-back flank now, his 4th goal was on offer.
Yes, coming into the side with Harvey not taking his place in the final 20. Hannah. Kernahan.
No free.
Buckley. No whistle has sounded at all. Nailey. Now the umpire comes in for a bounce. Well, it could well be a record 42 free kicks handed out in the first half.
And then there were 3 and they didn't pay any and they were genuine.
Just about in the middle, a big pack of players around the football at the moment. Justin Madden gets it clear, taken by Clark, out in front of Winton. Still going, onto the right boot, he floats one in towards goal, but he's off target, and another behind goes on the board. So now Essendon doing the chasing, after leading for the bulk of the day. Trail by 3 points. In what's been a game that's certainly had plenty of drama. Buckley, delightful kick of the football, straight down the middle. Madden, Gleeson was held. Play on is the call. Murphy, brought onto the ground, has plenty of zip. Gets clear of O'Donnell. A chip across towards Johnston. Too far out to score, goes short again. Nailey in the left forward pocket. Don't really know whether that was to Carlton's advantage, putting him deep in that pocket, Malcolm, do you?
No, they've had trouble kicking goals from that pocket too.
Well, he's not going for it. He's gone short and left the work up to Dennis.
still on a 45-degree angle and still not wanting to kick it, so he's going short again.
How did these players get loose? Kevin Sheedy must be ripping hair out of his head.
Well, look, we saw this last week too, Ian, that when the other side started to control the ball, which Carlton are now, the Essendon players really just didn't pick up on anyone. What they've got to do now is man up and tighten up the game again and then go again.
So it's again back with Nayley. Almost directly in front now. The drop punt's on its way. He's goal. And Carlton draw clear.
Well, it's amazing, really, because they've done a lot of good, hard work, Essendon, haven't they, in the first half of the match?
Well, they really should have been more up at half-time, and this is just what worries me about them, though. Under pressure, extreme pressure, you're starting to find these loose Carlton players bobbing up everywhere.
It's the mortal sin of modern-day football.
12-7 Carlton. Essendon 10-10. The margin 9 points, favouring the Blues. Making a lightning start to this third quarter with 3 quick goals. And now the pressure on the Bombers. Still right in the middle of the ground. Here's the bounce. Justin Madden, Hawker, Anderson. Handball intercepted, however, by Dennis. Gets it across to Glascott, wider to Nayley. Danger again. Nayley clear. Spears one, looking for Kernahan. Reece Jones is there also. Waiting down was Johnston. Past him, however. The mark taken by Blackwell. Goes long. Kernahan. Folds couldn't pick it up, but he does have plenty of support. Now Clark is clear. One bounce. Burek running with him. 2. Another one. Runs his full distance. Good players. He goes long. Izzard. Can't get in front.
It looked as though he picked Buckley out then.
Buckley, who's played a fine game, hasn't had a lot of touches. Look at that. Pinpointing Nayley. Look at these loose players everywhere for Carlton. Glascott can run from 50 metres. Steady. Firing towards goal. And has hit it. Great play, Carlton.
It all came from Stephen Clark, Sandy, because he could have bounced it again, I thought, and gone on and gone over Buckley's head, and his kick seemed to pick Jimmy Buckley out, didn't it?
Yes, and what happens here, of course, is then all the Carlton players are sitting back. They're loose, and they set it up easily for the next goal.
And what a great kick by Jimmy Buckley into Nayley. Oh.
The Blues are light at the moment. Suddenly opening up a 15-point lead. Can Essendon stem the tide? After battling it out evenly in the first half, Anderson gets a hurried kick down towards the half-forward line. Tap wide to Danaher. Running past is Clark. He's got a back pedal, however. Has it now. Tries to draw the player. Puts him under pressure. The handball was loose. Finishes up with Walsh. Short. Bradley playing his 50th game. Now he can bounce his way out of defence.
Bradley streaking away from half-back. Comes through the centre and kicks it towards centre half foot. Hunter! Free kick against Hunter, but the mark's been taken anyway in the last line of defence by Tony Danaher. He steadies down and kicks it into the centre. Stephen Clark's on his own. The ball going from one end of the ground to the other so quickly. Great mark taken by Hannah. But maybe a free kick to Buckley. Buckley's going back appealing for it, but the umpire calls play on. Goes wide to Blackwell. Blackwell's got Silvani in support. He'll be tackled by Simon Madden. Back to Blackwell. Blackwell's under pressure. Does it well. Oh, Glascott, you were on the end of the hand pass, but he went for the bump. Glascott now back away from Anderson. Handball long. Blackwell in short. Good one. Kernahan. Silvani's over the top. He puts him under enormous pressure. Play on. Silvani down. Has not moved. Play in the centre. Carlton back into attack through Bradley. Silvani still down. Centre half forward. Punched away. Chance for Justin Madden. Good tackle by the big fellow, and he keeps it in.
Well, this is dramatic news now. Silvani.
Gee whiz, I mean, how couldn't that have been a free kick? I can't understand that.
Player's been halted.
The Q car is here. The Q car is new. So get the Q Factor working for you. New Nissan Pulsar Q car.
Gee, it's a while since you pulled on the infamous white boot, Sam.
Yes, mate.
But you're still in great shape, Sammy.
Yes, mate.
Looks good for an old bloke, doesn't he? And there's no better place to keep in shape than right here at the Ultimate Sporting Club.
Now you're making sense, Michael.
And they're celebrating their new extensions with a special 6-month swimming membership at half price if you join with a friend.
The Ultimate is offering super deals throughout the centre. Join with a friend now and save $150 each off all full memberships. Offer closes April 30.
Now for about the cost of 4 days, you can rent any budget car up to a Commodore for 7 days. That's only $2.99 for the week. Because this month, we've stretched the long weekend rate to last the whole week long.
Grandma, can I have some cereal for Sandy?
Oh, Sandy's already had some, hasn't she?
Oh, yes, that's right. Grandma, what are you eating?
All bran.
Why?
It helps to keep me healthy inside.
What does that mean?
As the highest fibre cereal, Kellogg's All Bran keeps you healthy on the inside.
It means that I can keep up with you and your grandfather.
You're gonna need the soaker. Right. You're gonna need the soaker. You're gonna need the soaker before your machine. You're gonna need the soaker. You're gonna need the soaker. You're gonna need the soaker to get the stains clean.
Green Soaker soaks out all over and stubborn stains.
You're gonna need the soaker before your machine.
The soaker from Green.
Well, if you got the bridle, I've got the saddle, Maury.
Well, they can give you the ballroom, but you don't have to dance.
A speech therapist.
No, I'm quite happy the way I am now.
Can't even say therapist, let alone go to one.
I'm therapist most of the time.
It's,
Well, I don't know. I mightn't be good looking, but I'm a novelty.
We got stuck in the door.
His head is stuck in the door, folks, and Ian is halfway up the Burke Street Hill. Tell us wedding.
Not trying to have a look round, but the game continues. Going to be a late finish tonight out here at Windy Hill. Madden falls. A high kick. Danaher. David Kernahan, fresh man on the ground, has the ball now, but he's quickly smothered, and so a bounce will take place. At centre wing.
The move, Sandy, is Rhys Jones back at full back on the ruckman, Simon Madden.
Folds again. Over his shoulder. Hawker, a bad bounce. Darui. Hurriedly. Murphy. Probably 10 centimetres too short on that occasion. O'Donnell to Buick. Essendon out of trouble.
Buick's high kick into the centre. Bradley's a chance. At the back, Buckley. He's done a wonderful job in the back pocket. He's caught, but he gets his kick away. It's to Carlton's advantage. Gleeson to Hunter. Hunter inside half forward and up and under towards centre half forward. Dennis can't mark. Punched away. Good defence by the Bombers. Johnston out wide. Kick towards the front of the square. Justin Madden can't mark. The ball's right in front of the Carlton goal.
Great effort. Great effort, Izard. Great effort.
Essendon supporters applauding that effort by the diminutive Essendon Rover. And he's still struggling to come up with the football. I guess there's a bit of personal pride. Winton comes off and Flood goes back on for the Bombers. Bounce of the ball at the front of the 10-metre square. Deep in Carlton's scoring area. Duckworth all caught with the football and put it out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in 20 metres around from the Carlton goal.
Carlton doing the bulk of the attacking. Essendon needing a score. Kernahan over the top, but I think there was some pushing involved in that before that. And so Carlton through Madden will have another shot, and Paul Salmon saying, how can it be?
Well, it wasn't against Salmon, it was against another Essendon player who just pushed him right in the middle of the back.
27 free kicks, Carlton, 19 Essendon.
So Madden kicked the goal in the second quarter. It's swinging back, and he's kicked another one. And Carlton are on the run. 14-7, 91. A 21-point margin, Ian Robertson. 10-10-70.
Yes, they've done it well. And you'll see yes, it's a shocking effort there by, well, it was Salmon who did the infringing. And really, he didn't have any argument, did he?
No, I'd have to certainly agree with that, Ian.
Centre bounce again. Madden wins it. Taken out of the centre by Glascott. Kernahan tries to tap it further field. Duckworth tries to burst his way through, but the tackling's been too strong. Bradley taps it wide. Chance for Dennis. Leaves it for Gleeson. Now Hunter. Carlton peppering the goals. Hunter's kick. It looks good. He's kicked another one.
Well, goal number 5. Gee, they're certainly getting killed out the centre. Justin Madden is just pushing that ball forward. And what a remarkable 5 or 6 minutes Gleeson's had. He's touched the ball many, many times and set up the Carlton forward line.
Gee, it was a good pickup. It was a one-grab pickup. And the improvement in that young fellow in the last 12 months has been quite remarkable. And Hunter showing his excitement. 27 points the Blues lead by. And they trailed by 9 at half-time. A free kick's been picked out of this. It's going to the Blues. Johnston, 12 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And Carlton have kicked 6 goals to Essendon, who have remained goalless so far. Johnson's kicked to centre-half forward. Glascott at the bottom of the pack. Can't break clear. Gleeson, good tackle. The ball kept in by the Carlton forwards at half-forward. And we'll have a bounce. It's about 45 metres out from goal. And Glascott picking himself up from the bottom. And that scoreboard, rather ominous for Essendon supporters. 27 points, the Blues lead. Salmon out wide. Johnston taps it on. Dennis, little bit of space, gets the handball away. DeRui's kick to full forward. No mark taken. Free kick being picked out of it, but it'll be called play on. Centre half-back, Tony Danaher, into the centre. Mark to Clark. Closely attended by DeRui. Clark comes up limping. Now he's not limping, he's got clear. Handball wide. Chance for Izard. Inside 50 metres. Good tackle, Millum Hanna. And the ball falls in the hands of ever reliable Jimmy Buckley in the back pocket. He plays on and transfers play to the members' side. Kernahan's made good position. Back onto Blackwell. Blackwell, a little bit of space. Merriweather tried the smother. Up the half forward. Glascott at the back. Can he pick it up? No. Good smother by Duckworth. And Johnson dives on it. And the ball's kept in. The ball about 45 metres out from the Carlton goal, and we'll have another bounce.
Carlton doing the bulk of the attacking. 27 points the margin. Coming from behind after the long change. Here's the bounce. Glascott. They've been feeding off the ruckman. Kernahan over his shoulder. The bounce for Murphy. Back to Glascott from the boundary line. Shoots at goal and puts through a beauty. There's no stopping Carlton.
Well, that really has been a remarkable opening to the half-time break, after the half-time break. And what's that they've kicked now? Is that 7 goals? 7 goals. What a marvellous quarter by Carlton.
And a great goal by Glascott. Centre bounce again. Salmon fisting it down. Williams couldn't take it. Johnston clear from 50 metres. He blasts towards goal. Bang! Goes another one. Hot Carlton.
Sandy, it's noticeably quieter on this side of the ground where we are compared to the outer. But what blistering football by the Blues.
And Wayne Johnston starting to get the tempo again. Coming back after suspension. 109 plays 70. Has Essendon stopped? And how can they stop Carlton? No one able to get it clearly out of the centre, so a bounce to take place again. And what a transformation has come over this game. All of a sudden, the margin is out to 39 points after Carlton trailed by 8 points at half-time. Buckley's at the bottom. Clark taken out of it by Dean. Well played as he pushes the ball clear for his smaller, quicker teammate in Gleeson. Gleeson's away. Dummies the hand pass, then goes long. Hunter is the target, but has to do the work from behind. Johnston there. Hunter still pushing the ball towards goal. Glascott just kicked one miraculous one. Has the kick smothered. Clark, a chance to clear, but fumbles. Great pressure being applied by Carlton. Gleeson goes to ground. Hawker looking for help. Eventually gets it through Clark, but straight back to Buckley in the centre. Across to DeRuy. DeRuy goes long, very long, to pull forward. Kernahan.
We spoke about it before the game, about the Carlton forward line perhaps being too good and too dangerous for Essendon, and now we're seeing it come to the fore.
Kernahan in the right forward pocket, just 25 metres out, but as you can see, virtually tucked on the boundary line. This could make the margin 45 points. Kernahan shoots. Kernahan goals.
9 goals between the full forward and the centre half forward, Hunter and Kernahan, and you can say you've seen it before and you've seen it happen again, but the ball's down there often enough. I guess they've got to get those opportunities, but it was a great mark as we watch in replay. It was fantastic positioning. The ball just drifted a bit, just over the back, and really Merriweather trying to hit the ball really did miss a lot.
Carlton by 45 points. They trailed by 9 at half-time. Bradley breaks clear with pace. Handball over the top. Justin Madden back to Bradley. In support, Buckley from the back pocket. Kicked in the forward line. The mark's been taken. It's Glascott. Outside 50 metres.
He's having a purple patch, Ian.
Wonderful, David Glascott. Up to full forward mark. Carlton mark in the goal square.
David Kernahan.
Attention for the elder brother, and what happens? The younger bloke, the lesser light, comes in and takes the mark in front of the pack. And we saw him kick a sensational goal at Carlton 2 weeks ago from the practice cricket pitch area. And this one should not be a problem. He punts and punts truly. And the rampage continues.
Well, before the siren, Essendon added a goal, but it was an amazing third quarter to the Blues, who kicked 10-3 to 1-3 to convert a 9-point deficit to a 45-point lead at the last change. Here's the best from the last quarter.
Can do and can't do, and perhaps he should not have done it, because it could well result in a goal to Nailey, who steadies, chips away at goal, and bang, puts another one through. Towards Dennis, does it well. The ball sits, he's in business. Over the top to Murphy, from centre half forward, back to David Kernahan. There's another one. A long hand pass, danger here. Blackwell, back to him again. Down to the half forward line, and Glascott takes the mark.
And Anderson's there for Essendon. Kick around the corner. Mark taken by Dunlop's a good one for the Blues. Defensive side of centre wing. Perhaps not blessed with a lot of skill, but a lot of toughness. Up towards half forward, great mark. Taken in defence by Simon Madden.
Gleeson. Kernahan, one hand.
Well, Essendon managed just 1 goal after half-time. Absolutely slaughtered by Carlton, who won it by 72 points. Leading goal scorers, Hunter got 5, Stephen Kernahan 4, Glascott and David Kernahan each kicked 3, and for Essendon, Sullivan kicked 3 goals. 3 reports, 2 Essendon players, Darren Williams and Greg Anderson, and Jim Buckley of Carlton was reported. Crisis talks going on tonight at the moment at Essendon after they've been thumped by 72 and 99 points in their last 2 matches. We'll be back after the break with highlights of other games.
The new 1.8 Nissan Exa. Is it a Targa? Is it a coupe? Or is it a cabrio? Absolutely. The new 1.8 Nissan Exa. It's out of the ordinary and out of sight. Nissan know how. Building the right cars for Australia.
Is it a truck? Is it a plane? No, it's Super Freighter! Faster than a speeding bullet. Fully containerized for maximum security. Takes your freight to Sydney and Adelaide door to door overnight without fail. And Brisbane the day after. It's Super Freighter for speed, savings, and the containerized way.
V-Line Super Freighter. Fast freight for a fraction of the cost.
If your muesli doesn't tempt you with luscious fruit, it isn't complete. Or delight you with currants dipped in yogurt. If your muesli doesn't surprise you with pine nuts, it isn't complete. Or satisfy you with more natural grains oven-baked in crisp clusters. In fact, muesli is only complete when it's made by Kellogg's. Kellogg's Complete Muesli. Complete satisfaction.
This solid wood bedroom suite costs $1,590, but you can have it without the last nought at the Fussy Furniture Fellas 10% deposit interest-free sale. Or take on this teenage bedroom suite for a deposit of only $125. Or this queen-size Silly Posturepedic for $60. Or this stylish bed settee for only $79 deposit. And pay the balance over 10 months interest-free. The Fussy Furniture Fellas Australian warehouses, where you get craftsman quality at warehouse prices. But you'd better hurry.
I'm B. Arthur. Let me tell you about the Golden Girls. There's Rose, the scatterbrain.
Meet you. I call him Scotty.
Blanche, the man-eater.
It is my birthday. Who wants to be the first one to spank me?
Sophia, the diplomat.
I can't believe these dumb cops would think anyone would pay money to sleep with you.
And me. I have to live with these people.
Why are you sleeping with my husband?
Catch the Golden Girls tonight on 7.
It'll be rare this season to have 6 matches in Melbourne on a Saturday, but that's what we had this week. Here are the highlights of the other 4 games.
At Princes Park, kicking with the wind advantage, Sydney showed plenty of tenacity in the first quarter, and it was 34-year-old veteran Craig Davis out to prove footballers can come back. Chris Mew expressed his displeasure over an umpiring decision, but it wasn't quite eyeball to eyeball. Jason Dunstall, with 3 goals in the first half, was the forward which kept Hawthorn in touch. Barry Mitchell was also a great contributor for the Swans, and his 3rd goal would have made even the Socceroos stand up and take notice. But Hawthorn's experience started to pay dividends in the 3rd quarter, with Curran and Loveridge peppering the goals and the Hawks earning a 19-point lead at 3-quarter time. To their credit, Sydney got within 8 points of Hawthorn at the 22-minute mark, but this goal by Morris sealed the match for the Hawks, who ran out winners by 21 points. At VFL Park, with Collingwood looking for 3 in a row, Brian Taylor revved up the Magpies with 4 goals in the first quarter as they raced to a big lead. The Tigers made plenty of mistakes, but Waitman, who played his first game back from suspension, was one of Richmond's better players. Peter Dacos showed glimpses of form, but the Woods team play was first class. Hawke was dominant in the centre. Richmond battled on. Hogg played well and kicked accurately, but the Tigers were simply outclassed by the Magpies. Paul Tudner made the most of his shots at goal, and Collingwood ran out very easy winners by 70 points. To Moorabbin now, and both St Kilda and North had much to prove after starting the season in disappointing fashion, and St Kilda was on top from the opening bounce, with Rod Owen starring up forward. North fought back in the first half of the second term, thanks in no small part to Jim Cracker. They crept closer during the 3rd quarter, finding greater purpose and direction with the ball consistently in the forward line. St Kilda got a sufficient scare to renew its effort during the final term, and at times North found the going a little tough. The game was in the Saints' keeping, and who better to cap it off than Rod Owen? St Kilda by 26 points. And at the Western Oval, the first quarter was one of two halves. The opening action belonged to Fitzroy in general, Paul Roos in particular. All eyes were on Terry Wallace. He'd recovered from his controversial injury last week, but would he cop another one? He did. But it wasn't enough to stop him or the Bulldogs. In fact, it was the spark to start them up. The Dogs took a 17-point initiative into the second quarter. They stretched that even further, thanks mainly to the efforts of a slick midfield attack and the Beasley target up forward. The main breaker was Footscray by 25 points. Whatever David Parkin said at half-time seemed to thump the Roys into action. Finally, some flow returned. But not enough, or often enough in the final quarter, this by Petraglia to take Footscray 30 points clear. The Bulldogs just had too many players willing to do the little things, while Fitzroy were big on misjudgment. Footscray today by 51 points.
And now to the league ladder. Carlton, Collingwood and Melbourne all unbeaten. The West Coast Eagles can join them tomorrow when they play the Brisbane Bears at the WACA ground, and you can see it live here on 7. Hawthorn in the 5, and you go down to the bottom. North Richmond have lost all their games, and Brisbane might be in the same boat by tomorrow night. A list of reports. It'll be busy on Monday night at VFL House. Andrew Buse, Greg Anderson, Brett Stevens, Darren Williams, Richard Osborne, Brian Royal, Michael Gale, Wayne Blackpool, Stuart Lowe. He shook a goalpost, apparently, Stuart Lowe, and got reported for it. Goal kickers now after 3 rounds, and Jason Dunstall got just 3 today for a total of 17. Bruce Lindner injured in the first minute of the game, didn't add to his total, and Rod Owen kicked 7 to move up onto the list. Just a reminder that we'll be televising the match between the Eagles and the Bears from the WACA ground in Perth, live here tomorrow on the Australian Television Network, and we'll be crossing over there at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Don't also forget a feast of sport tomorrow morning with Sports World, starting at 9 o'clock, general sport, and then the football between 11 and 12. Hope you've enjoyed the earlier time for the replay. Good night to you all.
Who was there when they wrote the story? Who was there in the colours of glory? Who was there when a new star rose? Who was there as each chapter closed? We were there when the mighty fell. We were there when they did it well. Who was there when the boys became the men? We were there and we'll be there again. We'll be there this year, we'll be there. We'll be there up there, we'll be there. We'll be with you in the hour and you know what we'll be shouting. We'll be there, we'll be there, we'll be there. We'll be with you in the hour and you know what we'll be shouting. We'll be there, we'll be there, we'll be there.
VFL Premiership Football, proudly brought to you by Nissan Australia, Carlton and United Breweries, your State Insurance Office and State Bank Victoria.